can't do it, Rod. I honestly can't do it. Every time I close my eyes, I see it. The ball just slipping. It's like a horror movie on loop in my head.
Pull yourself together, Oliver. We are not here to wallow in misery. We are here to talk about resilience. We are here to talk about the verdict from the dressing room. Resilience? Mate, I'm still recovering from the heart attack I had in stoppage time. We gave it to them, wrapped in a bow, to Swansea, of all people. It was a mistake, Oliver, a massive one, yes. But have you heard what Matty James has to say about it? Because that is the real story today. It's not the error, it's the reaction. Matty James, the midfield general. Go on then, tell me you gave the lad a hairdryer treatment. Tell me he smashed the teacup against the wall. Quite the opposite. He's come out with a defence so strong it makes our back line look porous. He says Arthur Okonkwo isn't going to crumble. Is that right? Because looking at Arthur staring at the turf after the whistle, it looked like the loneliest man in Wales, Rod. That's exactly why we need to discuss this. Because the question isn't did he mess up? The question is, will Arthur bounce back for Sheffield United? Because Matty James says we stand by him. Right, let's get into it then. But keep a bucket handy in case I get flashbacks. Welcome back to MANIA WREXHAM AFC. I'm Rodrigo. And I'm Oliver. And I'm currently seeking emotional damages from the football gods. Let's talk about Arthur.
Let's set the scene properly, painful as it may be. Friday night, the Liberty Stadium, or whatever they call it now. We are deep into stoppage time. Don't make me relive the details, Rodrigo. It was going so well. We were holding on. A point away at Swansea. I'd have bitten your hand off for that before kick-off. Exactly. It was a gritty performance. But then the unthinkable happens. A routine ball. Arthur Okonkwo, a man who has been a colossus for us, just drops it. It was like the ball was covered in butter or tears. He drops it right to Adam Adair's feet. I mean, you couldn't place it better if you tried. And that's the cruelty of the position, isn't it? The image of Arthur staring at the ground, captured by the photographers. It's haunting. It's the definition of ground, please swallow me whole. I felt sick for him, Rod, honestly. As much as I was screaming at the telly, seeing a young lad like that, knowing he's just cost us the derby. It's gut-wrenching. It is. But this is where the narrative shifts. In the aftermath, when the vultures are circling and social media is doing its toxic dance, Matty James stepped up to the microphone. Thank God for experienced heads, eh? We've got a few of them now, but James knows the game inside out. What did he actually say? He was categorical. He believes Arthur won't let this destroy his confidence. He said, and I quote, "Arthur has been one of our best players in recent weeks. He's kept us in it. He's been fantastic." Hold on, he's not wrong there. Before that slip, Arthur made some absolute worldy saves this season.
Precisely. And James is reminding everyone of that context. You can't judge a goalkeeper on 0.5 seconds of madness and ignore 900 minutes of brilliance.
It's hard though, innit? Fans have short memories, Rod. We remember the last thing we saw. And the last thing we saw was the ball in the back of our net and Arthur looking at his gloves like they were alien artefacts.
Matty James made a very poignant point about the nature of football. He said, "Everyone makes mistakes, but as a goalkeeper, sometimes they are more highlighted."
Understatement of the century. If a striker misses a sitter, we moan for 5 minutes and then forget it if he scores the next week. If a keeper chucks one in, it's on YouTube compilations forever.
James elaborated on this. He said, "As a goalkeeper, you are on your own. If a midfielder makes a mistake, other players can bail you out."
That's deep, that. And it's true. If Matty James misplaces a pass in the middle of the park, maybe O'Connell makes a tackle, or maybe Arthur makes a save. There's layers of protection.
But for Arthur, he is the last line of defence. There is no one behind him but the net and the angry fans.
And the torment, Rod, the psychological weight. You're standing there for the rest of the game, or in this case the final whistle blows immediately, and you have to just sit with it. You can't go and make a tackle to feel better.
That is why James' support is so critical. He's telling the public, and more importantly, telling Arthur, we know how hard your job is. We aren't blaming you.
It's proper leadership. You need that in the Championship. This isn't the National League anymore where you can win 5-4 and laugh about the defensive errors. The margins are razor thin here.
And let's remember, Arthur is only 24. In goalkeeper years, he's practically a toddler.
A toddler. He's a giant. But I get your point. Keepers usually peak at what, 30, 32? He's still learning his trade.
James touched on that too. He said he is a young lad and he will learn from these situations for sure.
I hope he learns to use super glue on his gloves. No, sorry, that's harsh. I'm deflecting with humour because I'm still hurting, Rod.
Let's zoom out a bit, Oliver, because context is king. Remember the start of the season. Who was in goal?
It was Danny Ward, wasn't it? Okonkwo actually lost his spot. I remember thinking, blimey, Parky's making a statement here.
Correct. Arthur lost his place. But then Ward suffered that elbow dislocation against Millwall back in August. Arthur came back in. And since then...
Since then, he's been a rock. That's why this error hurts so much. It's so uncharacteristic. He regained the #1 spot on merit, not just because of Ward's injury. He kept it because he was performing.
Exactly. And that is why Matty James says he's kept us in the mix. Because without some of Arthur's saves in September and October, we might be sitting in the relegation zone, not mid-table.
You're right. We owe him points. We definitely owe him points. One dropped catch doesn't erase that. But, Rod, it was Swansea.
I know, Oliver. I know. The tribalism makes it worse. Losing to a rival always amplifies the error. If he did this against, I don't know, Plymouth, maybe we wouldn't be analysing it this deeply.
If he did it against Plymouth, I'd be annoyed. Doing it against Swansea. I wanted to emigrate. I wanted to change my name and move to a cave in Peru.
But we are Wrexham. We don't hide in caves. We face the music. James finished his statement by saying, it is part of football. Errors happen. And the main thing is how we recover as a team, not just Arthur individually.
As a team, I like that. Because, let's be honest, we didn't score at the other end, did we? We can't put it all on the keeper if the strikers aren't firing.
That's the rational way to look at it. It was 0-0 until that moment. We hadn't won the game yet.
Don't remind me. We looked solid but toothless. A bit like my granddad trying to eat a steak.
Now this result has consequences. We have dropped to 15th in the championship table.
15th? Ouch. That sounds average. I don't like average, Rod. I've been spoiled by back-to-back promotions. I'm used to looking at the top of the table, getting a stiff neck from looking up.
Welcome to the grind, Oliver. This is the second tier of English football. 15th represents consolidation. It represents survival.
I know. If you told me 3 years ago we'd be 15th in the championship, I'd have laughed in your face and bought you a pint. But now, it feels like we're sliding a bit.
We are sliding. That's a fact. The momentum has stalled. And that puts massive pressure on the next fixture.
Oh God, don't tell me. Who have we got? Real Madrid? It feels like every week is a cup final in this league.
Not Madrid. Sheffield United. Boxing Day, 26th of December.
The Blades. Another massive club. Another ex-Premier League giant coming to ruin our Christmas leftovers.
And here's the kicker. Sheffield United are just behind us. They are 3 places and 2 points below Wrexham.
So it's a 6-pointer. If we lose, they leapfrog us. We could get dragged into the messy end of the table, Rod.
Precisely. And this is why Arthur Okonkwo's mental state is the most important thing at the club right now.
So, the £1 million question. Does Parky stick with him? Or does he look at the bench? Is Danny Ward fit?
Danny Ward is back in contention, yes. But based on Matty James' comments and the general philosophy Phil Parkinson has shown,
Parky is loyal. Sometimes too loyal, if you ask me. But in this case, you surely can't drop a keeper for one mistake. That destroys him completely, doesn't it?
if you drop him now, you confirm his fears. You tell him, we don't trust you. If you play him against Sheffield United, you tell him, we believe in you. Go and fix it.
It's a gamble though, isn't it? Imagine the first cross comes into the box on Boxing Day. Every fan in the stadium is going to hold their breath. The silence will be deafening.
And Arthur will feel that tension. That is the test of a top goalkeeper. Can he come for that first cross and catch it cleanly? If he does, the crowd will roar. If he wobbles...
If he wobbles, I'm going to need a defibrillator in the stands, Rod. I can't take the stress.
Matty James seems convinced. He says Arthur is a fantastic keeper who will bounce back. This is the senior players rallying the troops. They know the Hollywood cameras are rolling. They know the narrative needs a redemption arc. Oh, don't start with the Hollywood stuff. This is real life. This is North Wales in December. It's cold, it's wet, and it's brutal. The scriptwriters can't save a dropped catch. No, but character can. And that's what we are going to find out. Does this squad have the character to stop the slide?
They better have, because 15th isn't a disaster, but 20th? That's getting sweaty. We need 3 points against Sheffield United. We need a clean sheet.
So, what is our verdict, Oliver? Do we stand with Matty James? Do we back our number one?
Look, I was angry. I was fuming. I might have said some things to the television that are illegal in 3 countries. But he's one of us.
He is.
He came back to Wrexham. He chose us. He's been brilliant for 99% of his time here. So yes, we have to back him. We don't have a choice. We are Wrexham. We support the lads through the mud.
That's the spirit. The era was ugly, the result was painful. But the season is a marathon. Matty James has set the tone. Forgiveness and focus.
Focus is the word. Arthur, if you're watching this, chin up, lad. Put some extra grip spray on the gloves, maybe wrap some tape around your fingers, whatever you need to do. Just keep a clean sheet on Boxing Day and I'll buy you a mince pie.
A mince pie? I think he earns enough to buy his own, Oliver.
It's the gesture that counts, Rod. It's the love.
Indeed. The stats say Wrexham are struggling. The table says we are slipping. But the dressing room says they are united. And usually, a united dressing room finds a way to win.
Let's hope so. Because I can't handle another Swansea moment. My heart is too fragile for this division.
Sheffield United, Boxing Day. A chance for redemption. A chance for Arthur Okonkwo to silence the doubters. And for Wrexham to climb back up towards the playoffs.
Playoffs? You're talking about playoffs again? I just want to survive December without crying.
Dream big, Oliver. Always dream big.
Don't be daft. Who's out for a change? Stick with the lad. Well, let us know in the comments. And be nice. He's only human. Leave your thoughts below. Hit that like button if you back Arthur to bounce back. And subscribe. We are Mania Wrexham and we suffer so you don't have to. See you on Boxing Day. Up the town. Up the town.